This is Drill with Quantum Light Consciousness. Today we're going to talk about integrating your higher selves. Okay, because we're all eternal beings. We're all eternal souls. Life is infinite. There's no such thing as death. And when you get to know your higher selves more on a deep level, you see this. You see that they've existed for eons. You see that your own genetic strands are actually infinite. They go for eternity. They go for a very, very, very long time. You can track them back to wherever you want. There's a couple videos I've already done about integrating higher selves. What I want to talk about is the specifics of getting into your own soul, getting into your own viewpoint, getting into how you see the world for what it is from your own eternal perspective. Alright, so I want to get into the specifics of integrating your higher selves and finding out more about who you are. Okay? Now, in the Ascension community, there are so many things that you may want to look at about Ascension and about evolution and what evolution means to you. What the popular notion is looking at evolution and saying like, oh, it's light and then there's dark. Oh, there's duality. Oh, I'm either this one lifetime or I'm this the other time. What people don't get is that duality means that your entire genetic strands have been split. Alright? It's been genetically manipulated and they've been split from... Have you ever seen the picture of the DNA where the two strands aren't connecting? That's what it means. Your two-strand DNA is supposed to be connected. Alright, you're supposed to be a whole being. You're not supposed to be a broken being. That's what duality is. It means one side is incoherent, other side is okay, yet they're not whole beings. They're completely different things. It's also known as bipolar disease. Alright, look that up, okay? I don't want to get too far into that because I've spoken about that briefly in the past. However, just to get the full scope of it, evolution has had a storyline of fallout in the heavens, ancient star galactic wars like the Lyrian Wars, the Orion Wars, the War in Heaven, where 1/3 of the angels wanted to manipulate themselves with genetic technology, and then the others wanted to live a natural life without that. Okay? When you have duality, that's what you have. You actually have a simulation that's over the dimensional realm that most people can't see. Okay? Because that's what this world is run by. You know, it's the yin yang. That's a lot of hacking that you have to do to get out of that. Okay? So, I kind of want to explain to you today how you can do that easily. Alright? So when you learn who your higher selves are and you begin to integrate with them and you start to speak with them candidly, one-on-one, face-to-face, heart-to-heart, you know who you are. You begin to see your past lives. You begin to see where you used to exist. You begin to see the past civilizations of where you used to live. You begin to find out more about yourself on the physical realm and how you've come to be now in the physical plane in present day life. Alright? It's a very exciting process. Ascension is a very, very, very enlightening thing. It's a happy thing. You know, it's like, yay, we get to go home now. We get to find out who we are. No more working in this rat race with this psychotic competition where you're competing against neighbors who you never even talk to. Alright? You know, you don't care. Like, deep down in your soul, you don't care who has a better car. You don't care who has a better house. You don't care who's got the better job. You just want the unconditional love. You just want to be loved by your community. Alright? And if you know what's true to you, that's who or what you should focus on. Primarily. And like, there's nothing wrong with having those things. You know? However, like, you should know what's important first so you can work from the inside out. And then get those things later if you choose. Okay? So when you're working with your higher selves, they are going to show you the realism, the realistic things, what is most important to the soul, and you're going to feel from the heart as them. Okay? So in my other videos, I talk about how when you learn who your higher selves are, how they are, and you begin to bring them into your sphere of reality, when you do, you are beginning in duality. Your higher selves will start with you in 3D as your 3D, 4D version, which is a light being. And then you have your 5D, which is your light being, which is Christ conscious, unconditional love. Looks like nothing bad has ever happened to them in their entire life. Looks like they work out every day. The smile beams from ear to ear. The energy is ridiculous. And they're like super funny and joyful. Alright? And then it goes from you in the 3rd dimension, 4th dimension, 5th dimension as a light being. Okay? And then it goes shadow being, light being, shadow being, light being, shadow being, light being, all the way up. And when you begin to speak with these different levels of yourself, you begin to understand that they are you as well. And with the shadow beings, you begin to transmute them back into light. Alright? I talk about this in my other videos, Leaving Duality, go check that out. However, it's very easy to transmute a shadow being. You just have to understand yourself as 100% light. Even darkness is light. Darkness is consciousness. Darkness is just space for light. Okay? It's like the template for light to exist in the most balanced form possible. Okay? So when you have a shadow being who's your higher self, or a dark being who's your higher self, it's just a being who's off phase, not completely out of phase, just off phase, lost their way a little bit, got caught into the temptations and went a little bit too far in the service of self, and they actually are able to be transmuted back into a light being, or back into kind of like a galactic being. Like, if you could have a space as a person that was just a starry field in the shape of a person, that would be your shadow being, your shadow self transmuted back into light. Okay, it's very easy. Alright, and they also have a light body if you know yourself as source energy, but that's very advanced. Okay, so what I want to explain here is the levels of integrating your higher selves. Alright, so when you integrate your higher selves, there's 3 levels. Where I started was the first level, which is integrating their inner child. Okay, every one of them has an inner child, and every one of them can be transmuted into light if they aren't already light already. Okay, as a light being already. That's the easiest part, because a kid is innocent. A kid is very, very, very pure, and they're an angel by default. Alright, so when you contact your higher self and you're ready to bring in their experience and their energy and become part with them again, you want to start with their inner child. Alright, you have your version of God, or your version of your highest form of self. I like to use Archangel Metatron, or Lord Metatron, or my Lyran version of self, to bring my higher selves to me, so I know exactly what I'm getting from somebody who I already trust. I'll say, hey, Archangel Metatron, bring me my 6th dimensional version of self, or 7th or 8th dimensional version of self, and then I'll have them stand in front of me, and then I'll say, hey, I need your soul piece. I need your inner child version. Please make a copy of your inner child version and forward them to me. And then they do that, and then I clear them with a violet flame until they're light again, and then I pull them into my heart chakra. Alright, and that's pretty much how it works for the first round. Alright, that's the first way. When you do that, you get the flow of energy start coursing through your body, and you start to remember who you are again. Alright, just from that little piece of themselves as a child. Alright, very important. If you can do that and understand like those memories from just that soul piece integration, that's huge. That's absolutely huge. Like, you're like, welcome to the soul experience. That's what Earth is about. That's what Ascension is about. Finding out who you are again, reclaiming your soul pieces, climbing that ladder of ascension, that Jacob's ladder of ascension. Okay? Now, the second way that's good to integrate your higher selves is to integrate the adult versions of your higher selves. Okay? I personally went through higher selves 5 to 16 before I started integrating the adult versions of my higher selves. Okay? Because when I got to my 16th version, he didn't really have a child version of himself. So I'm like, what do I do? So I was like, I was like, well, I might as well start integrating like the adult versions of my higher selves also. So I started doing that, okay? And when you do that, you get a whole nother realm of functionality. You get a whole nother realm of dynamics and experiential gain in your energy field. And it's a lot easier to shift your higher self into your body. Before you do that, when you just have the child versions integrated of your higher selves in your body, they have to jump all the way down from whatever dimension they're coming from and then jump into your body. When you integrate their adult versions into your body, which you still have to transmute. You transmute them, you have them stand in front of you, you transmute them with one of your archangels or with the highest form, like your Lyran form of yourself. You transmute them and then you pull them into your heart chakra. After you do that for each one, you're able to then switch them over your body. Like, they exist within you, so you can literally switch them over your body. And they'll literally, what they'll do is, they exist in your life body, which is also your spine, okay? And then, which is also your pillar of light, which is most important. They become one with your pillar of light. And you're able to spin this pillar of light like a vortex, just like infinite. Like, what aspect of yourself do you want to be today? And it's like a carousel that goes around infinitely, from infinite expressions, from infinite timelines, from infinite incarnations that you can possibly comprehend as far as your awareness can handle. All right. So say you pick your 8th or your 14th. What I say is 14 over the body, right? Or 8 over the body, right? And then they'll switch over from literally from within my field all the way over and then over my face, and then it's like their entire energy body is on a swivel because everything is a giant vortex. Okay, so the energy body goes from like the energy body goes from like standing like dormant in my energy field, in my light pillar, and then it'll switch around my body like, and then over my face like that. It's pretty awesome. It's very awesome, actually. Okay. So the third way to integrate your higher self is to literally like bring their energy field, bring their like conscious energy, their auric energy into your physical vessel, like into your vessel. So I did this with my highest form, my Lyran form, where it's like, okay, well, come here and let me see what it actually is like to be you. Okay, so it's like, what they do is they'll stand next to you. You have them stand next to you, and then you actually empathize with them on a deep level, on a deep auric field level, where it's like, okay, well, if I'm you and you're me, and I feel my energy like you're me, then I'm going to get more of a deeper empathy of who I am as you in my life today. And it's kind of just like an advanced thing and an advanced process that you only want to do with the higher selves that you're very, very, very already comfortable with. Okay? So when you do that, depending on who you choose to do that with, you'll see your strengths magnified in different levels of your life of where you're at and what strengths those higher selves have. Okay? So that's very critical. It's very important. And always be in your heart the entire time. Okay? Your heart is your home. Your heart is your true source of life. It is where you tell right from wrong. It is where you tell truth from false. It is where you tell your intuition from illusion. And it's the most helpful thing ever. Like, literally. It's like the best thing that's ever been created is the heart, because the entire universe is actually a giant heart. And we all have the universe inside us as walking, breathing, pulsing individual universes. So do that, those 3 things, and you'll be successful in integrating your higher selves and ascending, okay, and being ahead of the curve, okay? So that's it. Peace and love. Right now, sessions are paused. I'm not really doing sessions right now. So I am doing artwork. If you guys would like custom artwork, check that out. quantumlight.org. I also have t-shirts, hats, hoodies there. And I also have my new t-shirt company, Empath League, at empathgear.com from this shirt I'm wearing. Ground Crew, baby. Check it out. All right, check out those shirts. 10% off your first order and free shipping for life. All right. Peace and love. Talk to you soon.